This is my chart, my Trading Views chart on SoundHound. As you can see, it IPO'd back here in May of 2022 and then came back into the real world and just cruised along here with not much publicity. This bump here was back in July of 2023. This was when Jensen of NVIDIA announced that he was putting $500,000 into this company, and we saw it shoot up a bit. Then this was when they came out with their earnings, and also Jensen announced that he was taking SoundHound on as one of their partners to develop chips for, and they told us that you would first see SoundHound at your McDonald's or your Chick-fil-A restaurants. When you push that button to make an order, you would get a voice, and it would take your order in any number of languages, and then you would drive on, and it would eliminate that person that sat and asked you questions. That it would take care of it all. Now, this is as Jensen has announced that they are a partner, and they have in fact developed a chip for them that responds to voices. And the usage was, and we just got a press release yesterday from both SoundHound and NVIDIA that they are going to make a chip that does not have to connect with the internet, and it will be in your car, and they've already contracted with Mercedes so that it would voice activate your entire owner's manual. So if a light showed up on your car and you didn't know what it meant, you could merely push a button and ask it, and it would give you the whole owner's manual and answer your question. Now, the cool thing about this is it does not require a internet connection. So you'd be able to communicate with your owner's manual. Now, the other thing that they told us in the press release is if you're in the middle of North Dakota and you're coming up to Jamestown and you have no internet connection and you want to know what's the best restaurant in Jamestown and where are the sites that you could be seeing, this same thing would give you access to a large language model, so you would not have to be connected to the internet, and it would answer the questions for you. In fact, it would answer virtually any question. The key in all this is what I just said. You do not have to be connected to the internet. So you don't have to have your phone. You don't have to have a good internet connection. You can ask it any question that you want. A lot of people are going to overlook this and say, well, yeah, that's going to be a real tool because everybody will want it in their car. And so all the automakers will contract with SoundHound to get this chip that is made by NVIDIA and programmed by SoundHound with software so that I can ask my car any questions and get answers about restaurants or sites to see in my car. And that's where they left it. I'm going to tell you, now they're going to put this on your glasses, okay? Or maybe in your earbud. You don't need to be connected to the internet now to know anything and everything that you needed the internet to tell you in the past. If you need knowledge, if you need anything, anywhere you're at, and you want it in any language that you want, SoundHound's going to give it to you. Nobody else has figured this out. Nobody's connected the dots yet. The stock's still selling at $8.37, and it's way overvalued because it's not making any profits. It's projecting earnings, but those earnings are already programmed into this $8.36 price that I'm looking at. So what does this mean? This means you got some information that nobody else has figured out yet. SoundHound is not going to stop by putting it into your car. They're going to put it into your head. Whether it's your glasses, your earbud, whether it's something you carry in your pocket and you just ask questions, you do not need the internet because Jensen, with his chip, is going to make all the knowledge of the world available through SoundHound to whatever device you want it on. In your car, on your bicycle, on your scooter, if you just want to be walking down the beach in Slavolia, I don't know if they have a beach, with no internet connection whatsoever, and you got a question, you're going to get an answer. They have taken the internet off the internet and put it in your ear. So, I bought 1,000 shares of SoundHound the other day. It was earlier this morning, it was at $8 a share. You can see it's running above its 9-day moving average. It's got a 2 probes up. It wants to sell for $10 a share. I don't think there's any doubt that it'll make $14 a share in the relative near future as the world figures out that this grossly overvalued company, based on what it's doing now, is a whole new level of communication that the world hasn't figured out yet. But you have, because you came to my YouTube channel. That's what I do. Yesterday, I told you about Applied Digital, who also is now a partner of NVIDIA, and they're in the data center base. They happen to have a data center in Jamestown, North Dakota, that is powered or has backup power from a wind turbine. They got another one just about 50 miles south. That's why Jensen has brought them on as one of his partners too, because they are ahead of the game. They have recognized that power is the missing link in the data centers of the future. Now, why isn't that stock exploding through the roof? Because not enough of you watched my video yesterday so that you know that Applied Digital is going to go from $14 to $140 a share as the world wakes up that this is innovation at its cutting edge. Jensen gave a list of companies in his press release yesterday. Core Weave, not a public company. Crusoe Energy, not a public company. Lambra, not a public company. And IBM, as a matter of fact. He has said these are the partners. And what you need to know is he's developing chips specifically for these companies to do what they want to offer to you in the future as a either online or offline service. Jensen is taking the internet and bringing it to you without the internet. He's bringing you all the knowledge in the world in any element that you want. You're going to see he's also partnering with Recursion, RXRX. This is a company that is using Jensen's computers or chips specifically for healthcare. Now, that's off in the future, because whenever you get involved in healthcare, you've got to get FDA approvable. You've got to prove that there's no unintended consequences to this drug that you've created. And so it's late. I've learned this because of my investments in genome sequencing and genome editing. You've got to get past the government and the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, to market your product. That's not true with SoundHound. That's not true with Applied Digital. They have a clear runway. Jensen recognizes that, and he's building what they need in order to travel that runway, to get on that expedient, that exaggerated growth curve. These are the little companies that facilitate Jensen's dream. Okay, I'm Kerry Grinkmeyer. I read press releases. And that's where you've got to figure. This is what I figured out, that where do the analysts on Wall Street get their information? it just dawned on me as I connected the dots from the company's press releases. They don't have someone in the secretarial pool that calls them up and says, "Hey, this is what we're doing over here at NVIDIA, and you need to report." No. They go to the press releases. You can go to the press release. How do I access the press releases? Well, I subscribe to Seeking Alpha. And on Seeking Alpha's sheet, if you page down, it will give you a link to every press release that any company you want to know something about when they tell you. So what I do is when I see that Jensen is putting on a conference, I know whatever he's going to say on that stage today, he's going to put out on a press release this morning. Okay, so I read his press release. I know what he's going to say. I know the companies that he's partnering with. And so then I research them and make a decision. Is this something in the medical field that's going to be long, or is this a chip that is going to go in my glasses or in my earbud, and I can ask it any question in the world and get an answer? It's going to be in my car, my next BMW, probably when the next models come out. SoundHound, ticker symbol SOUN. You heard it first here. I'm Kerry Grinkmeyer. I'm a retired financial advisor. This is how I get off on my day. This excites me that I figured something out before you did. But then what excites me even more is I'm willing to share it with you so that we can both make money. What do I expect from you? Join our tribe. Come and join and see where I project the price of this is going to be in the future and how much I think I'm going to make for it. And I'm going to ask you to pay me $60 a month to share in my knowledge. But right now, I'm going to give it to you at half price. There's a coupon in the description. Go down and try it for 90 days. If you can't make a buttload of money off of what I'm sharing with you and telling you the price that you should buy it at and what price it's going to be in the next year, then just cancel it, okay? But give it a shot. See if I can help you. I'm also going to give you access to our swing trading, which will teach you technical analysis, which will show you what I was talking about. Why is it important that this is over the 9-day moving average and the 50-day moving? Why is that important? I'll teach you. What's this? This is the MACD. What's this? This is the RSI, the Relative Strength Index. Tells me when the stock is overbought and when it's oversold. These are the kind of things you need to know as to when should you buy. When should you buy SoundHound? It's right now, it's climbing up. It's above the 9-day. It's got an inverted hammer right here. It tested a bottom and said, no, we want to go up further. Okay? It'll go up further. All right, I'm Kerry Grinkmeyer, I'm a retired financial advisor. I just want to help you make better investment decisions and learn how to read charts and become a better investor. And maybe you can make this your career. If I was starting over, this would be, well, I did. I was a financial advisor, but I didn't know jack shit about any of this. Talk to you again tomorrow.